Government is requesting the state hand over your personal voting information. The Department of Justice asking the Washington Secretary of State to turn it in by the end of the week. KIRO 7's Brandon Thompson is at the King County Election Office in Renton, looking at why they want the information in the first place. Brandon.
In a letter from the feds, they say they want to figure out if Washington's voter registration follows federal law. State leaders say they want to figure out if it's even legal to hand over your information from the ballot box.
We are working directly with the Secretary of State's office.
Attorney General Nick Brown and Secretary of State Steve Hobbs says they are checking if the federal government's request for voter information logs is legal.
This is despite very clear precedent that says that states have the ability to dictate the terms and conditions of their election systems.
The Department of Justice requests Washington's voter names, birthdays, addresses, which is already public, but also driver's license information and partial social security numbers, which are not. The DOJ says, quote, "We request Washington's voter registration list to assess your state's compliance with statewide VRL maintenance provisions of the National Voting Rights Act."
The reason that the president is doing this, despite the clear authority saying that he does not have such ability, is because he wants to manage and control state elections. He wants to be able to control the outcome of an election.
I'm glad they're doing that. I'm glad they're looking into this.
State Senator Phil Fortunato believes the feds have the right to the data. Fortunato has some issues with how voter registration is handled when someone moves state to state and thinks there should be more testing up front.
Front end is where all the focus should be. Is there massive voter fraud? I don't think so.
In a statement this morning, Hobbs says his job is to protect the integrity of the state's elections. He says he does not plan on releasing the data yet until he knows more about the DOJ's plans to use it.
Do you worry about just how much personal information the federal government's requesting with this?
The federal government should have access to all that information.
This president wants to dictate the decisions of the American public on so many different areas. And if you can control elections, then you can control the future of his policy priorities, and we can't let that happen.
Several other states who also got this letter are questioning the legality of this request. I asked the DOJ as well, what do they plan to do with this information? I did not hear back, but a report from Reuters cites government documents that show that the DOJ plans to use this in criminal and immigration enforcement investigations. Reporting in Renton, Brandon Thompson, KIRO 7 News.